Hey everyone, First T here. Thanks for checking out this YouTube channel.
A little bit about that, moving up to number 2 in the FedEx Cup standings, and then also how it changes your goals now for the rest of the year.
Yeah, it was a strange year last year for me in that I missed a lot of cuts throughout the summer and then finished fourth at Liberty National, the first playoff event that got me into the second event. It gave me some confidence again, and since then I played really well. I was fourth at Sea Island and right before the break, and then took some time off, but for me that was motivating more than anything, that I wanted to work harder and kind of get in that situation a lot more. And I always felt like all the times I got in contention, I felt like I've been a little bit too far back going into Sunday, if that makes sense. I've always been 4 or 5 shots back, and you really need a lot of things to go your way. So for me, I was 1 back at Palm Springs starting Sunday. I was tied for the lead here today and just felt a lot more comfortable in the situation today out there.
All right, let's go to Steve and then Doug.
If I heard it right on the TV, you said you hadn't won anything in a long time and yet you really didn't know how to celebrate. Have you given any thought how you're going to celebrate?
I'm not sure. I haven't got that far, I guess. And Jordan was 2 shots in front of me there most of the back 9, it felt like. And you kind of always expected him to just keep making birdies, and I always, still felt like I was still a little too far back. But, the putt on 14 was real big for me today, that I was able to make that one as well, get a little bit closer. And, yeah, it's fun. I've won a couple mini tour events since 2011 when I turned professional, but nothing like this.
And you now get to go to the Masters. I know we were talking about Kapalua, but have you given any thought to the Masters?
No, I haven't got that far either. But, with the recent good play, I think I was up to 64th in the world after Palm Springs. So that's been on my mind, and I've been thinking about my schedule a lot as far as trying to make a push to get to Augusta. So I've been trying to work hard for that. So this will be a lot of fun.
All right, let's go Doug and then Ron.
You haven't thought about celebrating or Augusta. What exactly are you thinking?
Trying to make putts, man. It's hard out here.
You touched on this, Tom, a little bit, but can you give us a sense of where you knew you were and what you were doing as it related to Jordan as you were going from, say, 15 onward? Were you...
I'd say I felt like I knew pretty much right where I was the whole way in from 14 on. I made the putt there in 14, big leaderboard right there. I think I was 1 back from 15 tee. I could see Jordan was short of the green right there. And then I saw him miss the putt on 17. I didn't know if that was for birdie or for par, but I knew worst case I was still going to be tied on 17 tee. And I was just trying to get 2 good looks at birdies from there. I made the putt on 17. Saw that I was 2 shots ahead. It changed my game plan a little bit for 18. I could play a little more conservatively, but I felt pretty comfortable where I was.
This might be silly, but did you at all think of Jordan when you stood over your shot on 16? Do you remember that shot?
Yeah, I did actually. I remember he holed that one last year. I think it was on Saturday where he made it similar pin. And I knew that if I just kind of put it out there right, let the wind blow it in a little bit and catch the ridge in the green, it would work down there to the hole. And luckily hit a good shot. Little 9-iron, yep.
All right, let's go over to the right, Ron, and then over to Jim.
Can you share a little more about your connection with Jordan? And Fergie's written the story about you teaching him how to play craps and him sort of deducing that you went back down in contention because of that. Any details you can share from that interaction?
Yeah, I didn't know a whole lot about that story until Doug told me. We had played craps. That must have been 2015 or 16 at the John Deere Classic at Jumer's. He's the only guy to this day I've seen win a lot of money while he's going to the bathroom. So he's got that going for him. But you know what? And then I played it here last year in the final group with Jordan as well. So we've kind of had that going. Michael Greller, his caddy, got up in the tree for me in the 72nd hole because I had a ball stuck in the tree. So, and then this year I hit the hybrid and I was right behind that tree again. So I was like, if anybody wants to go cut the tree down, I'm fine with that.
If I could ask a quick follow-up, how much? I mean, obviously this win's going to be satisfying no matter how it happens, but to chase down and beat, a 3-time major champion, how is that going to figure in your memory of this event?
Yeah, for sure. Jordan's a great player. I played with Patrick Cantlay. And just tried to hang tough with those guys all day. It was a tough grind out there. The wind was really tricky today, getting the wind right, and I had a few times I got frustrated because I didn't quite time it right and had some gusts, and the wind switched directions, which led to that double on number 5. But I hung in there really well. That wedge shot on 14 was a really tough one, getting the wind right there as well. And so when I walked up and saw that I was pretty close to pin high there, I was really happy and rolled that putt in. Was great.
All right, let's go to Jim and then Dave.
So when you win the Dakota Dunes Open, that was your second start, right? Did you think it was, all right, this is pretty easy, I'll just keep doing this all the time? What do you remember of that tournament?
Yeah, it was actually the Players' Cup in Winnipeg.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
You opened at the
Yep, exactly. I went from Saskatoon to Winnipeg.
and you won.
I won there. It got me in the Canadian Open the next week, and it was in Vancouver at Shaughnessy. And that was a wake-up call real fast as far as how tough the golf courses are on the PGA Tour and how good everybody is. I missed the cut pretty badly that week, but that was a big experience for me, seeing the type of golf that it would take to play out here. And I think more than anything, when you start playing with PGA Tour golfers, it's eye-opening that the shots aren't necessarily that much better, just the misses are so much better, and they really manage their games well. So that was eye-opening for me.
Okay, Shid.
Yeah, going back to 5, I wonder when you walked off there, and there's a lot of holes left, so, I mean, you probably didn't think you'd lost it, but it had to be a little bit deflating, and how did you build yourself back up?
For sure, it was 5. I missed some makeable putts on 1 and 2 right out the gates. I birdied 6 and 7. I followed it up real well, but you play the first 7 holes here at 1 under par, you're losing ground to the rest of the field. So I felt like I was still a ways back at that point, and then the bogey on 8 really kind of got it to me again. So that's where I felt like I just made too many mistakes early on to really be in the mix. And I was surprised looking up. I think the first board that we saw there was walking down 9 fairway over by 14 tee box, and I think there were 4 guys tied at 16 under, 1 shot ahead of me. So that was kind of a big boost for me to know that I was still right there in the mix. With some hard holes to play ahead.
Just following up, I think you said you had some mini tour wins since Canada. Do you remember your
I won the Canadian Tour event. The last one I won was my home club I grew up at on the Dakotas Tour. I think it was 2017 or 18. I won the North Dakota Open at my home club, Fargo Country Club.
All right.
Yep.
And did you hit every green in regulation on the back 9 here today?
I'm not sure about that one, but I played well. But I think that paid $10,000, so it's a little bit better.
All right. Next question, Jim.
Just curious, I know Henry, your caddy, you thought waiting 11 years for another win. He's been waiting 23 years for a win.
Wow, I didn't know that.
And just curious, 3 years, how'd you get with him and how long?
Yeah, this is our fourth year together. He had caddied for Charles Howell when I first came out on tour, and we've been paired together a few times, so I always knew Henry. And that would have been 2018 was the first year I kept my card, made the FedEx Cup. And I felt like I needed a little bit more help and hired Henry at that time. And I really have a lot of respect for Henry. He's helped me more so, I would say, practice and manage my game really well, and just helped me be more of a professional, I would say. And just having that steady guy with me the whole way, we were right there, so feels great to get it done for him too.
All right, back over to Ron.
I could just ask about sort of the significance of winning here at Pebble with all the history, and I know you've played here before.
Yep.
But what does that mean to you, and how do you think that'll shape your memory of this 5, 10, 20 years from now?
Yeah, it's awesome. So many great champions here at Pebble Beach. For me, we took a vacation here last summer. I brought my dad, brother, and wife, Kelly, out to play. So Pebble Beach is a special spot for us as well. And I would say it's a spot for me that has really grown on me the last few years since we played the U.S. Open here in 2019. That I've never had a lot of success around this golf course, and felt like I kind of figured out a little bit, and really figured out I felt like it was a golf course that really suits my game well. Kind of around that time with the U.S. Open, and now I've played well here for 2 years in a row. I just felt like, for me, if I can just get the ball in play off the tee, you don't necessarily have to push it with drivers that much, but lay back a little bit, and it's definitely a second shot golf course, which I feel like is the strength of my game.
All right, take a few more. Doug?
What those green fees run you when you brought the family?
A lot. There was no discount for a PGA Tour player, that's for sure.
Seriously, two things for you. You talk so much about your comfort level. And you'd even said, I think yesterday, that your goal for the year was to keep putting yourself there more often. What did you learn, or what did you figure out in Palm Springs comfort level And how did that apply, do you think, today? In terms of being in the hunt on the last
Yeah. You know, being in the hunt, I've played a couple times with Tiger on Sundays. And you really can't practice for those moments. You know, the energy, the excitement that you have in your body, you know. For me, the takeaways is always kind of hard to quiet my mind, quiet my hands, that sort of stuff with putting, whatnot. And, you know, every day is a little bit different, but I always, you know, when you're getting in that situation once or twice a year, it's hard to play your best golf on those Sundays. So I felt like for me to get a win and to be sitting here finally, you know, I need to do it more often and get up there in the mix a little bit more often, which is hard to say, but I've been doing that pretty well here now, you know, with this whole season so far, going back to last fall. But, you know, just being there a couple of weeks ago in Palm Springs, I had a little bit of those same nerves, excitement, that energy off the start, and I calmed down pretty fast. I felt pretty good the whole day, but today I felt great right from the first tee.
You felt better today going into the day than you did at Palm Springs?
Yeah, for sure. I would say that was probably the hardest night of sleep I had at Palm Springs. I felt like I was playing great golf, and I felt like it was my tournament to win. And I was very nervous in the first tee there. I felt great today. I felt very calm today, so it was a good day for me. Yep.
On that note, just watching you go about your business, you never look like you're overly excited. You also never look like you're overly down if things go badly. What's going on inside? What aren't we seeing?
Yeah, that's all there. I can get mad, that's for sure. I think as I'm getting older now, just that's golf, you know, whether it's the double bogey there in 5 or making some of those nice putts that there's so many tough golf shots out here ahead still. Just keep your head down and keep going, and you never know where you're going to end up.
All right. Congratulations once again to our 2022 champion, Tom.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.